Hello. amore tai, mon amore, e ancora baccani, a canai. Yes, tapi tak juga sebab aku tengah untuk defender skirt kan, skirt kan. Apa liat je nak bunuh itu. Bro, why? Aku dengar bunyi Discord, aku tak tahu kenapa. Where the hell does this come from?
Jump! Get it. Go. No! Bak kutucu kaldı. Ciddi kutucu kaldı. Whoa! All right.
To be impactful on the eternal empowerment.
I'm 69. I'm 69.
Least. Actually, that's not true. You see the shockwave one quite a bit as well.
わあ、あんまりトレーニングには向いてないな。
Single core mag, not go eternal empowerment. It's just too valuable. 6-minute power round. Well, save. We'll grab it. It's the GP. Has actually gone ahead a bit on CS. I'm not sure how many of those are in the neutrals. Not working. It's okay.
最後の警
What was changed like in the bigger patch? Do you remember to bring him back? Because
What's your aim? What's your aim?
existed for a while. When you say the bigger patch, you mean 739? Yeah. Hammer of Purity, 0 mana cost. That's right.
Oh.
Hammer of Purity. 0 mana cost. And then it immediately got nerfed in the B version, but it's still a really strong nightmare. Just right through Savage. He's the one taking the damage though. They get the power shot off of the shackle.
見ててよ
Will live unless Save can get another power shot.
よ
Miro had the option to skill GA there and go for the top, but holding the skill point. Now Kataomi will join, looking for a backstab into Kuku, and he'll walk into him now. He's taking some tower shots though. This is a bit awkward for the silencer. Yeah, gets the arcane curse off Miro. Actually not gonna dive here. Makoto makes his way over, so good decision from Beppu not to pursue. And to walk all the way back to base. His prime. His game. Complete garbage. Definitely not ideal still. So if it's not garbage, reinstate garbage.
見ててよ吹き飛べ
And Price, they're gonna lose a tier 1 as well.
キラキラしてる
I mean, that was not even like a huge camp either. It's not that valuable. It's a rough start now. Now we're starting to see some actual separation. Yeah.
じゃあ行くよ響け格のない法の裁きを雷のごとく動け行くよジャスティス
Starting to push talent. We'll need to find some good combat fights. It's not off the back of this guy, right? Necessarily has to make more responsibility than he would like. That's what the exorcism can get slow. Jumps in. That's a lot of damage. Choco. That's the snowball, but where you end it.
これ食べられるかな
But eventually will melt. Jokum able to get out, but again, that's a core dead. Although Makoto has made the transition over now. Still has that haste in the bottle. Avatos, so Kataomi will be the prey, but Jokum is still really low. They do get the kill. Nice save. Is it going to be in time? Yes, dodges the ship, but it's still going to be dead of the toss as Makoto gets a toss up on GPK, wants to finish the job. Their shackle's going to not be enough. Makoto closes the gap, and now a Fiend's Grip, draining all the mana and save, but Kiriti's just with a casual paw to the back of the head. That's such a funny end situation. One of them is sleepwalking away, the other one is gripped, and no one can help. Kuku is just disabling 2 heroes for 5 seconds, but there's nothing left in the tank. That wasn't too bad. I gotta say, for Talon overall, I think that was a decent trade they got in total. But it did also showcase a potential issue that Devil
どよめく進学か呼吸を整えようカウントいたたたドーン勝ちか
really look interesting for talent. He can't sustain it any longer. As middle talent, to itemize your way out of it fully. Nightmare to GPK, there's a reach.
武器を捨てろ投降しろもっと早くもっと強く合図を待てよな行くよヒーロー決断ジャスティスドーンまあ多少はモラになるはずさっさとしまってこじゃあ行くよ
Initiative.
Talent have their side of the map. Alright, this is where something for talent, it feels like something has to happen. Even if you just support kill something. You got the Blink Dagger, Makoto, Jokum. For the smoke. They might have been anticipating Bedboom or Roshing with Ursa on the end. I don't blame them for that role, but obviously not the case here. The smoke. Try to find something else now that Ursa wasn't there, but Bedboom with a good raid. That would have been such a good play call, actually, if it was. That was a possibility for Bedboom. He has a shield rune. They can't kill this guy. Shield rune, blade mail, and bolt. 23 looking for the first RP of the game. Yeah, this is already just impossible, it feels like. Yeah. Miara's gonna farm up the storm here. And we saw the other day. 響け格のね最後の警告だ雷のごとくカウンター法の裁き受けドーンヒーロー見参 Which there's very few in the game. The only two that come to mind are Demonic Purge and Doom. Neither which, of course, in this game. You can fiend strike them, which is nice. 呼吸を整えよう動けよっ動くな山の力イカズチのごとくカウント行くよ突撃ヒーロー見参ドーンキラキラしてる Five heroes missing. You have a little bit of a it kind of rules and plays out because of the wards you have in the bottom half of talent here. 23. Process of elimination. Save. There's the avalanche. Makoto with the toss back. Nice X from GPK. Not blocked by the shards. As talent will try to regroup. Damn, but also very fast reaction from GPK on that. Beautiful stuff. And now the X on the WS. We'll see. Not going to use the Ghost Shard though. Yeah, they're not going to. All the time in the world for Kiritich to farm away with that Battle Fury. I feel like we almost never see this play of X-Mark pulling back toss targets. We see it against other mobility stuff, but against toss it's generally really difficult. Kira kira shiteru. Time for the Kunka. I thought they were going to global. Just say if they're in that talent, that's best case scenario is try to bait out the global and then and then actually go for a fight. 呼吸を整えよう動け
ものザックザク。うちにもちょうだい。冗談だってば。あんたが持ってていいよ。じゃあ行くよ。昼寝でもして。じゃあ行くよ。星と深淵。無事今日の依頼。星と深淵。走れ。それそれ。座って休憩。
Okay. Kita akan try untuk wish. Ada apa-apa benda ni. Wow, mozzarella.
Tapi mendalam ini kenapa di dalam air? Tapi kenapa di tadi? Susah jawab.
Cavish is a win million. Here.
This is not looking hot. I started a joke. Oh, that's not remotely the same thing. Well, it's good enough. The lyrics go, you start to cry as well, though. Oh, okay. It wasn't that crazy. So, what was the song? That's ever made. Speaking of starting a joke, two more jokes. Meme number 412. The only way we avoid the 1-1 number is the 1-1 exchange in the next skirmish or team fight. And with how this has gone so far, statistically speaking, that is the least likely outcome. Well, the least likely is 2 kills in a row for Talon, let's be honest. But 20-3. Enormous disadvantage. And there's only one way back into the game, and that's Cyan as well. It's coming. You have to find a moment of opportunity. You have to surprise people. Angle, get a skewer, get a toss back, whatever it is. Because the more organized the fight is, this could be something. The toss, he gets red. There's the goal. And I do trade that as Miero repels himself, and it's just going to TP out. But the RP cancel. They use a lot, but I mean, we get the 420 meme at least. Nice. All right, there it is. A lot used to kill Miero, but that's what it takes at this stage of the game. Any teammates reinforcing him, so insta-TPing out after the first round in the play, but he looked like he wanted to. I was like, oh, I'm getting a global. I can It's dead in the water, TPing out the later, but he's not tired in this game. Forcing out RP is not too bad, though, I suppose. Gives Bedboom a little moment of opportunity. There's not many objectives to claim, though. Roshan is still not respawned. They've already killed the Tormentor.
この同点も輝い
They're gonna stop this Ursa. If it just pops all the way goes in, I genuinely think he's immortal. For the entirety of his BKB, there's no physical damage with the exception of a little bit of exorcism damage and a Magnus that has some growth too.
同点について
Of course, you
Go away, go away.
on getting a GA if you're in deep as Ursa. He's just gonna blink GA you. And you're just so the name of the game for Talon has to be displacement. You're gonna need these toss backs, you're gonna need this cure backs, you need to break the fight up. So Bedboom lose formation. So once again, getting heroes out of position.